Today I'm going to teach you how to talk like Stitch. Yes, that Stitch from Lilo and Stitch. Aloha! Hey, easy. Okay. Stay tuned.
Steven!
So, first and foremost, Stitch is not of this world. He's an alien. In fact, he's an experiment. 626. And because he's not earthly, he sounds unearthly. What you're gonna do, just really quick and simple, you're gonna grab a glass of water. Now, I don't have a glass of water, but I do have a Red Bull. So whatever beverage you have, be careful not to choke yourself, but what you're gonna wanna do is put a little bit in the back of your throat like you're gonna gargle, like so. Okay, I know it may be gross, but just trek with me. The same way that you feel the gargle, your throat is clamping, like closing, you're doing a that's how it sounds without liquid. You already start to hear the initial phase, the foundation of the Stitch voice. So now, once you have the in place, go ahead and start a key word or phrase. I typically like to teach people to start with his word, hi. Like, hi, hello. Because this is how it sounds with the Stitch voice, like you're closing and gargling a beverage. Ha, ha. Now, you're gonna want to do it all the way to the back of your throat, and you're still using your tongue. Hello. So it's clamped right here, okay? So you're closing your throat, almost like you're going to gargle. And you see, it already kind of starts to sound more like Stitch. However, using Stitch's voice like that isn't enough. You've got to be able to act in his voice, become the Stitch character. So you have to think of the quotes that he does, the mannerisms, and the sounds he makes, like a growl. So it's not just a voice, you've got to really articulate the sound and tones with your voice and with your face and with your mouth. So you really have to embody the character of Stitch in order to really sound like Stitch. I am a voice match for Stitch, so that's awesome. You can be a voice match as well by training and practicing. I've done this voice since 2002, so I was a child when the first movie came out, and all the iterations up until this point in time. Now, make sure you go and practice this in this current time, which is Thursday, May 15th of 2025. Make sure you practice this because you've got a week before the live action Disney movie of Lilo and Stitch. So let's try this again. Close the throat off like you're gonna gargle. Like that. Instead of looking up, now you can look down. When you look down, it clamps more of your throat, so you're doing and now you can start working on the phrases of Stitch, like if you listen to that, I don't stay in the same tone when I'm doing his voice. I put in falsetto tones. So you hear so you want to start working on the and you put a little gravel in there as well. And then you've got his softer tones, like this. Can Stitch say goodbye? Thank you. This is my family. I found it on my own. So he's got a very emotional roller coaster, but you can hear all of that in his voice. That's why it's so important to act through your voice as well as your mannerisms. So, in doing the Stitch impression, you've got to close off the throat, like a gargle, and then look this way, practice a word, and notice because he's not earthly, he's not used to, at least in the first movie, he wasn't used to the English language. So he's having to learn how to speak like a human as an animal / experiment. So that's why he not stutters, but stumbles on words like But if you're doing the impression, I would recommend starting with that word and then moving forward. Taganate! Chito! Chito! Tagana! Make sure you have fun with it. Again, it's just an impression. Do it really well. Let me know what other impressions you'd like to see me do in the comments. And as always, thank you for watching my videos. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button, and we'll catch you next time. Bye!
Subscribe!